So I get this question a ton, and unfortunately, TikTok only allows you to pin 3 videos to the top of your page, and some information is just it gets asked more often. So this one tends to fall down to the bottom. Most of the time, by the time people find my page, they've already made the decision to become a conductor for the railroad. But as far as the requirements on what you need to become a railroad conductor and to actually work in this business, first off, you have to be over 18. Second thing is you need to be able and willing to go through their training process. They typically favor folks that have been on shift work before. If you have a military background, if you've been a police officer, a firefighter, those are going to lend well to becoming someone who's going to be on this irregular schedule, because your schedule is going to be erratic at best, especially until you get some seniority under your belt and you can start bidding on jobs that have a schedule that's a little bit more conducive to, a normal work-life balance. But when you first start out, it's, you've got your 10 hours of rest and you're going to be heading back out again. So that being said, as far as requirements and education, you need a high school diploma. I'm actually not sure if they still take a GED or not. I'll have to check, but I know for sure high school diploma is really all that you need here. A lot of guys have their high school diploma. Some have bachelor's degrees. I have an MBA. I mean, people are all over the place on how they end up in this avenue and end up working for the railroad. Some of the things that they look upon favorably is if you've worked in any industry that requires you to make safety your number one priority. If that's been something that you've done, if you've worked in a union before, those are always helpful. But outside of that, you just have to be willing to do the work, and you have to be in the right place at the right time to get sent to McDonough or to hook up with CSX or UP or BNSF or CP or wherever you're located, hook up with your Class 1 railroad and go through their training program. They're one of the few industries that are still left that are willing to train you from the ground up. And you can be in the same room with an 18-year-old and a 55-plus-year-old who's on his second or third career. So it's really just a matter of getting yourself into an interview session. They used to be large sessions that were done in convention halls or conference rooms at hotels, and then they kind of whittle them down through interview processes throughout the day. Because of COVID, that doesn't happen anymore. Typically what they'll do is they'll do a first-round interview that is sort of a pre-recorded question that you'll answer. That'll be the first filter. The second one will be a one-on-one with someone over Zoom or HireVue, or I forget, or Microsoft Teams, one of those, and that'll put you through. And then after that, they'll invite you to a training session in McDonough, which is 2 weeks. You'll finish 2 weeks in McDonough, 2 weeks on the job training at home, 1 week at a regional training center, and then on the job training until you mark up. That's pretty much it.